good.
All right, yeah, let's do this then, man.
Welcome to the Grind 329 podcast by Lonze. We hope you'll enjoy your stay.
All right, all right, all right. Welcome to the Grind 329 podcast by your man Lonze. I am your host, Lonze, aka Beats by Lonze, aka Zay, aka DJ Zay, smooth in the building. I go by many names, but it all comes back to the same output. I ain't trying to be cocky or nothing, but yeah, the reason behind this podcast is I want to highlight my friends and um, my associates who just have great talents in this world. And I thought that this would be a good way to introduce to the world all of those things that those people do. And it may motivate some of you to grow, and it may inspire you to maybe want to improve in some parts of your life. So we don't just grind 24/7. We like to say we grind 329, which is my mantra of 3 days and 29 hours. So the way that works is 3 days and 29 hours out of the week, you grind hard, you do your thing, you hustle. And then the rest of those hours of the rest, you take those to reflect on what you did and the work that you did and how you can improve. And then you into the next um, go next from there. So we got a special guest in the building tonight, and he goes by.
Hi, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Heaven in the booth, aka the Kraken, aka the voice of the Carolinas. El Jefe is the game. What up?
You better know it. So yeah, man, let's give a round of applause.
Let's give a round of applause for our guest.
So yeah, man, yes, I appreciate you being here tonight. First off, I want to give you your flowers. First of all, you were one of the first artists. When I think back, you're one of the first artists who um, got on some of my beats and some of my production when I was first starting out doing producing. I was engineering already, but I hadn't jumped into the realm of beat making all the way just yet. And so uh, we made a couple classics back then, and you blessed me with jumping on some of my beats. So I want to say that propelled me to where I am today, as far as Beats by Lonze and what we put together in all those years. So I want to say I appreciate you and thank you for pushing me way back then, because now this is where we're sitting right now is shit is a reflection of the work that you did, and you by you blessing me back then, this is where I am today. So I want to say thank you. I appreciate that. And not only that, you also introduced me to the El Jefe fam and vetted me into that family. And that's been a great adventure that we've partaken on. We did a lot of great shit, a lot of classic work with music and just business and all that stuff. So I want to say thank you. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, man. I wouldn't be where I am today if it weren't for you. So I want to say thank you.
Wow. Hey, that's a lot. That's a lot to swallow right there. Chew up and swallow. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Like I said, folks don't know we go way back. We go back to the Marine Corps days where, I think I've been in a couple of studios before and, worked on a couple of projects, but I remember it just like it was yesterday, brother. I was like, hey, man, ain't nobody around here doing no recording. And I can't remember if it was Mills or somebody else was like, yo, it's a cat named Zay that's down there in the supply. I'm like, what? As soon as I heard about you, I was down there knocking on the door, bro. I'm like, where is Zay at, bro? Let me talk with him and see what he doing. And I'll never forget, man. It's been a couple of folks who put us on, man. Me, T Red came through, recorded a little bit, and we was like, let's go see what Zay got going on. You definitely welcomed us into the studio. So, yo, big ups to you on that, man, and likewise. There was a time where I just came back from Japan. I did a couple of shows out there, and heck, in Jacksonville, North Carolina, it started drying up a little bit. So it's like, bro, we gotta get back in the studio and do some stuff. So I appreciate you having those beats because it let me get to where I'm at today. So, one hand wash the other, both hands wash the face. So, hey, that's how we roll. And, you my brother. You're dearly my brother to the heart. So, yeah, I appreciate that.
100%. All right, awesome. So, you talked a little bit about the Marine Corps and about us knowing each other from way back in the day. Where are you from? What area do you represent?
So I am Carolina's finest, bro. I'm all over Carolina, but I'm born and raised uh New Hope, North Carolina, Perquimans, North Carolina. Went back and forth to East City. East City groomed me a lot. So, I show a lot of representation in East City, Elizabeth City, North Carolina. From there, I've been in Jacksonville. I'm currently in Fayetteville right now, in Vietnam. So, I rep all the villes. Even the Queen City, I've been back and forth in the Queen City. So, but North Carolina to the heart. That's why I represent.
All day long. So the reason we're here today is to talk about a special project that's near and dear to my heart. I know it's near and dear to your heart. By the name of Release the Kraken. And so on episode 6 of the Grind 329 podcast with my man Heaven tonight, we're gonna talk about the release of the release, the Kraken EP. So before we talk about the EP and how you got to where that album sits today, I wanted to ask you: do you remember the first song that you ever recorded, and do you still have that song?
Man, you put me on the spot with this one. I don't even remember the first song I ever recorded. However, I do remember the first time that I ever got up in front of people in the auditorium and rap. There was this Black History program that they were doing in the school, and a lot of cats in the school didn't even know, you know what I mean, that I could rap. So to showcase my talent, man, I wrote this dope verse, bruh. Don't make me try to recite it because I probably can't. But it was so dope that they were like, hold on, we need you in the program. And do you know anybody else that could do something? You know, the boys heard my verse. I had two more cats in there. One of them was, I think Kevin Shannonhouse was one of them. And Lord forgive me, I can't remember the other guy that was in there. But the verse was so dope. They were like, man, you got to go last, man. Because if you go first, ain't nobody going to want to hear what we trying to say. You know, and I'll never forget, we dressed up like farmers, like slaves, you know what I mean? And I had the jean corduroy overalls on, man, and I had the fishing boots on, the ones that Kanye be wearing now. You know what I mean? The ones the ones that swamp boots, And man, we had the little rakes and stuff, and we was on the stage, and man, we killed it, bro. It was so dope that the teachers asked me to write it out so that they could have a copy of the poem. So that was the first joint that I ever recorded, or I had ever, spit out in front of a live audience, man. And that from that point, it was like, bro, everybody got to know what I can do on this mic, you know. So, from there, I moved on to a couple of low-level groups, a group called Hard Heads. I was rapping with my guy, Shady Ghost. I used to rap with my cousin a little bit, Guts. We used to go back and forth with the freestyle. Um, yeah, man, that was the start of it right there, and that was rapping on. I'm gonna age myself on this one, you know what I mean? But that was rapping on a cassette tape. Remember how when the radio would play, you know what I mean? You want a song, you'd be like, oh shoot, get the piece of paper, put it in the top of the tape, so that joint to initiate the record. You know what I mean? And it was, oh, I got this joint where I can record on now. So it was all from there, off and running. So
Well, funny that you say don't ask you to recite that verse because that was my next question. If you remembered the verse, so you answered that question already. So check it. Who influenced you to start rapping at that early age?
Man, back then, bro, it was for me. I mean, it was a lot of. I listened to a lot of East Coast, man. But Nas was the first guy that I heard that I was just like, man, this dude is nice, bruh. I mean, from yo, I'm a gun. I'm a rap like I'm a gun, and his metaphors and similes just were so powerful, you know. And then it was the stage presence and the swagger of Biggie Smalls. So it was a combination of both of those two guys that I was just like, oh man, these cats is killing it for New York right now. I'm like, who doing it for us down south? Who doing it for North Carolina? I think at the time we had like Skee-Lo or I wish I was a little bit taller. And I was like, nah, man, that ain't that was dope. It was dope. But I'm looking at Nas like, bro, I got metaphors too. You know what I mean? I want to pick up this pen and see what I got. You know?
Awesome. So in this moment of reflection, and we reflecting way back, um, let's fast forward a little bit up until like 5 years ago. So did you see yourself where you are today 5 years ago, as far as music goes?
5 years ago. Nah, I think I didn't. I really didn't, man. I think we had a run, and as we started getting older, what I mean, we just started becoming more consumers of hip hop and not producing it ourselves. Um, at that point, man, I was still writing, but I didn't think we would get to where we are now, where I would finally have 100,000 streams on Spotify, or I would have EPs out there that, or my catalog would be out there for people to view it. My catalog pretty much consisted of, this is in my in my own personal music room, on a thumb drive, on CDs, things like that, where it was just, hey man, if somebody ever get a hand on one of these, they're gonna wipe the dust off and be like, oh yeah, that dude was dope. But we on to something else now. So I didn't. 5 years ago, I didn't think that I would be back, in the rap game trying to, push my work out.
I know you as a lyricist, and most people probably who are unfamiliar with your body of work probably don't know you as well as I do as far as being a lyricist. And I'm a fan of lyrics and just the mind and the creativity that it takes for somebody to put together a song and make it make sense, um, and then at the same time be so intelligent with the wordplay that you get your point across and the person who's listening to the song also understands it and gets the point that you were trying to make in the song. What gives you the drive, the inspiration to create that type of poetry, that type of creativity that you do in your music? What drives you?
I think I'm a entendre type of dude, man. I love the double meanings when lyrics come out there. You know, um, I think what pretty much motivates me is I like throwing those punchlines out there to make people think. You know, um, my hip hop ain't simple, man, and I get told all the time that yo, you need to give folks the low hanging fruit because sometimes it takes people 4 or 5 times to listen to a bar or a couple of your bars or a song to catch all the punchlines. But I enjoy doing that. You know, I think rap should be, it could be as simple as it need to be, is throw your hands in the air, and if you want to, throw a couple of entendres in there, I feel like you can tighten it up even more, you know. Um, but like I said, I'm just motivated by the idea of saying things in a different way but still, making them have double meanings. And there have been times where I had a triple entendre in there and didn't even recognize it. Where I'm like, I'll let somebody else come and tell me what you think this mean, and I'm like, bro, that's not what I was talking about. But hey, I can see how you are, you see it that way because of the way that I put the rhyme scheme and the wordplay in there. Um, but that's what it's about, man. It's about wordplay, you know. Yeah, just so happened I got a partner named Wordplay. Shout out to Wordplay too, you know. Um, but yeah, we get together, bro. We go back and forth with the wordplay, man, and it's something magical. But at the end of the day, I like having making people smile and having them, you know, having them. Now that I get to see the the smack rappers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, we was doing that before they had smack. So it was like seeing it now is just like, ooh, yeah, watching the crowd react to a punchline, man. I love that feeling. You know, and that's what I was striving for, just to be lyrical, to show how lyrical I really was.
Love it, love it. Okay, so I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in the toolbox. All right, so check it out. If you had an opportunity to create your dream collab, right? And you had the choice of these following rappers: Drake, Eminem, Jay Z, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole. Drake, Eminem, Jay Z, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole. Which of the two would you pick to be in your dream collab?
Ooh, shout out to all those artists, man, because you gave me some great artists up there. So I'm hearing you saying Drake, Kendrick Lamar,
Kendrick
Eminem, and J. Cole,
and Jay Z.
and Jay Z. Oh wow, man. I might have to give you two answers on this one, man.
Okay, go for it.
Like as far as a cipher, because I don't know if y'all know me. Y'all gotta go back and check my body of work. It's hard for me to turn down a cipher. I probably been on more ciphers than a lot of fucking freaking artists out there. You know what I mean? I love the ciphers. I love going bar for bar. So if I got a cipher song, it's gonna be Eminem. It's got to be Eminem because I need to see, you know what I mean. I need to see, can I, you know what I mean? Can I stand up to my guy, and you know what I mean, in a cipher? And hmm, oh boy,
Drake, Jay Z, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole. Those are your other four choices.
it would probably be Kendrick Lamar, man, in a cipher.
So
Eminem and Kendrick Lamar, man, because I just their range is just something that's incredible. Now, if I'm making a mainstream song, obviously J. Cole is the North Carolina bro. You know what I mean? So we gonna make a North Carolina collab all day long. You know what I mean? That's going down because I gotta show love to J. Cole. I'm in Vietnam right now. He rep Vietnam all day long. You know, but you can't miss what Drake don't miss. So Drake is going it's gonna go platinum with Drake on it. Obviously Jay is a goat. You know what I mean? So bro, you're not gonna go wrong having Jay and the Jays up there, Drake and Jay Z. But I gotta have a song with J Cole, man. So you know what I mean. I'm throwing monkey wrenches back at you. You know what I mean. But for live stream, you know what I mean. It's gonna be Drake and Jay Z. You know what I mean. But me and J Cole is gonna have a North Carolina finest track. It's coming. It's got to come.
okay,
J Cole,
so
if you see this, let's make this track. Let's make this happen, baby.
yes, we like to speak shit into existence.
All day long, man.
So
All day long.
here's another monkey wrench in your selection of rappers for this dream collab. Who's going first and who's going last
For the Dream collab, for the cipher, or just for the mainstream?
for your dream collab verse? Who's going first? Who's going second? Who's going last? What will be your lineup? There's no right or wrong answer. I want to pick your brain on how you would place these artists along with yourself on the song.
Oh man. There you go, Zay. You win on that one.
All right, all right.
You win on that one. No, I'm not giving up though, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to look like because, a lot of times, what I mean, you got to think strategically when you're doing placement. What I mean, which obviously I'm the one with the least amount of followers, so I probably need to go first. You know what I mean? I probably need to go first, and then if it's the cipher, I would let Eminem go second because you know what I mean he gonna do his thing and let Kendrick finish it out. But if it's the mainstream joint, Drake gonna sing all over it. You know what I mean from the beginning to the end. So it ain't no he might even spit like 8 to 12 bars in there. You know what I mean? But I'll probably let Hove start the thing out though, bro. You know that's what I would look at. You know.
I like that answer. So Okay, so what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna take a quick break for our sponsors, and we're gonna play a quick commercial for our sponsors, and we're gonna come right back with Mr. Heaven, and we're gonna talk about next about the EP of releasing the Kraken.
The Kraken, baby. Let's
Hope
get
you
it.
enjoyed the show. If you'd like to sponsor the podcast, contact us at zay2001@gmail.com. The Grind 329 podcast can be found at Buzzsprout, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts, and all streaming DSPs. Catch up on our latest podcast and get up to date.
All right, so we're back with Mr. Heaven, aka the Kraken, aka H Letter. What are your other monikers that you got?
You got Heaven in the Booth. You can hear that all through the mixtapes everywhere, man. That's Heaven in the Booth. You got the Voice of the Carolinas. Said the eighth letter.
Yes,
The
yes,
Kraken.
sir.
Let's get it.
Okay, speaking of Kraken, release the Kraken, the EP. Tell me about the meaning of the Kraken.
Oh man, bro. So I've been waiting for this. The Kraken. Yo, so the Kraken, mythical ocean creature with all these tentacles, you know what I mean, that just terrorizes everything that he comes in contact with, right? Unmatched,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? So first off, you know what I mean, the Kraken is in the water, so the water represents the flow for me. So that's the flow. The Kraken is always in the flow. He's in the ocean, you know. The For me, the Kraken gives me the ability to show folks what I can showcase. Always get told and throughout my, oh man, that dude just lyrical. You know, he can just rap, you know what I mean? But it came to a point where it's like he don't even need a beat to rap, you know? And then sometimes they tell me, hey man, it's too high up, giving them low hanging fruit. And I'm just like, bro, I just want to be me. Let me just rap how I want to rap. You know what I mean? If I want to give them bars, punchlines, and have them confused, then that's what I'm gonna do. You know, make you think on it. Then 3 weeks later, you come back and listen to the track and like, oh man, that's what have meant. Now I got it. You know. But for me, the Kraken is the ability to show cats multiple different styles of what I'm capable of. It ain't just he just lyrical. He can get on a club beat and rock the club beat. He could slow the flow up if he need to and still kill him with the, you know what I mean, with the flow. So the Kraken gives me that ability to step outside of heaven in the booth, and just, and be me. Be me. Give them all these different types of styles, you know? So that's what it is for me. The Kraken allows me to release my inner everything, and I'm giving it to him. And then that's what those tentacles represent, whether it's he's on a club song, whether it's storytelling, whether it's, hey, let's bar him up right quick, whether it's a battle track, whether it's a cipher. So that's what it is for me. It's the releasing. And that's what the whole idea of the album came from. Release the Kraken. And that's what I'm giving y'all.
That's what's up. I was just thinking about that. I was wondering, is the Kraken a octopus or a squid?
I consider the Kraken a squid, man. You know,
Squid.
to me, the octopus ain't as, I don't know. The octopus just looks like he a little bit of a pushover from time to time. But the squid, you know what I mean? He come out with the Spartan helmet on. You know what I mean? He gonna headbutt you. You know what I mean? He gonna throw the ink at you. You know what I mean? Yeah, and then his tentacles just look so much more vicious than the octopus joints do. I mean,
How about this? Here's another little nugget for thought. The squid, the Kraken, and Squid Games. Squid Games is on the Kraken. Release the Kraken EP.
that's why I had to jump on it. Food for
Tell,
thought.
tell me about your brain and how your brain processed the thought that fucking Squid Games. How did you decide Squid Games to release the Kraken? Because I promise you, I just now thought that just now.
and
It
and
just
when,
came to me right now.
look, and when we go back and look at this podcast, I'm gonna show you that moment where it hits you and you was just like, oh, that's what my creativity is all about right there. It's putting those things together where people don't normally just say, "Oh yeah, I got that." Oh, okay, yeah, I got it. Yeah, man, the Squid Games joint. I remember when it first came out. I think you was the one that actually told me about it. It's like, yo, you seen that new joint on Netflix, Squid Games? Right then and there, I was like, I was already penciling it in. Squid Games. Something from Squid Games is going to allow me to get some lyrics out and make it happen. And just shout out to Wugga. Wugga did that thing after we talked about Squid Games. He went and put the little sample together. It was on the smoking from then. I'm like, yo, I'm the Kraken, bro. You know what I mean? I got to start this out with Squid Games, and
Right.
and that sample in there is so catchy. It's like you couldn't play it anywhere, you know, without people knowing what it was. And then remember, TikTok took off with it. It was like,
Yeah.
oh man, freeze tag. That was the that was the jump right there. You know, it was probably millions of videos on TikTok with people doing that challenge. You know what I mean? So I was
I
like,
did it.
yeah,
I
I
did
was,
it. Yeah.
and for me, I was just like, dang, I wanted to get this quicker. You know what I mean? To stay in front, but it happened so fast, I couldn't get in front of it. You know, so Squid Games was just this is an opportunity for me to link it to the Kraken and then my flow and then how deadly Squid Games was, and it was just like, oh yeah, got it, I'm on it.
And just a eyesight into this EP when we were putting it together and we were trying to figure out the lineup for the album, and we actually came to the conclusion, okay, these are the songs we're gonna put on the album on the EP. And then when we played the album, and I was telling Have, I was like, how did you say release the Kraken in this song, and then directly after that song, the next song to come in was release the Kraken? It just automatically put itself in place like a puzzle piece, and that shit threw me for the biggest loop because I'm like, this dude's brain is I'm over here thinking 1,000 miles a minute, and he's already thought about this 2 weeks ago, maybe months ago, how he's gonna put this album together. So I'm like, man, this is just crazy. It's just meant to be in this order because originally it wouldn't have even been on the list. We still, when we picked out all the songs, it was a list of freaking songs this long. And then we went down to this song, and then this amount of songs, and then we placed them as we thought the sound should be. And I was like, oh man, this is just genius. This is genius level creating, not just creating the song, not just creating 16 bars, but putting together an album that makes sense and it flows together. So, man, shout out to you for being damn intelligent enough and smart enough to not just go out and just put a body of work together and just throw it to the masses, man. You like really care about your audience of who's listening to the music, what they're gonna get from it, and what they're gonna take away from the album. So kudos to you, man. That's some good shit because that's why I couldn't be an artist because I'm like, okay, I got these songs, I like that one, that one, that one. Ain't no thought between there ain't really no real thought between how I'm gonna put this project out other than I like the way those go, and that's how I'm gonna put it together. So kudos to you.
Hey man, don't let him fool y'all, man. He an artist. I don't know if y'all heard his body of work, man, but Zay got stuff out there too. He is an artist, man. Don't let him fool y'all. You know what I mean?
I try. I have it
He,
in my heart. I have it in my heart to be an artist to put some. I used to write. A lot of people that went to school with me know this about me, but I wrote poetry. I wrote poetry in school, and that was my way of getting girls or trying to get girls or trying to impress girls. I was writing poetry,
mm.
and I had a poetry book, and girls would be like, "Oh, Zay, your poetry is so good. So and so, let me read your poetry." And that was my introductory period of getting into music. Like I already liked music, but I never wrote songs. So
Mm.
I started out poetry, and then I started writing songs. But this is not about me. We're gonna go ahead and release Kraken. Incredible freaking artist, incredible human being, man. I can't say enough good things about Hev, man. He's always brought me into the fold, man. Whatever was happening, he vouched for me, and he put me in place. And I won't forget it. We had a conversation one day. Um, I said I was thinking one day. I was like, where's Hev at, man? I ain't talked to Hev in years. I wonder where Hev is at. So I said, let me reach out to the last known way of contacting him that I know how to get in contact with him. So I just shot a message out in the wind like, "Hey, yo, blah blah blah." I don't remember what I said, but I'm like, "Yo, it's me," you know. And you hit me back, and he's like, "You wasn't in the right location or whatever to talk to me right then, but you'd hit me back, and then you hit me back, and he was like, 'Yeah, man, I don't rap no more.'" I'm like, "What? You don't rap, bro? You telling me I'm at the point in my life where I make the best beats I ever make in my fucking life, and you don't rap no more? Bullshit." So I was like, "Okay, well, you know, I'm gonna sing you some beats." And slowly you started sending me voice notes of freaking of verses. And I was like, "Yeah, he ain't stopped rapping yet." And then um, I don't know, Corona Free, or I don't know which was the first one that you recorded, Corona Free, or there's another one that we did. I can't think. Oh my god. But anyway, he have did a song on one of my beats and sent it back to me, and we released it as a single. And I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah, it was Corona free.
yeah,
Corona free was the first one that that we that I took the beat and rocked on. That was our first single.
he ain't done yet." And then shit, he been showing out ever since. Now I can't keep up with the fucking songs that he got in the pot. We still got 60 songs in the pot right now, still waiting to be released.
We got it, man. And that's how it's working, bro. From finishing up the Ascension album to Heaven in the Booth 1, Heaven in the Booth 2, the Valentine's Day special. We got that. We got Along Came the Kraken. We got Release the Kraken. And then we got the new joint. You know what I mean? A lot of cats don't know about. And then we got the Hercules joint we was talking about. You know what I mean? That's soon to come too. So it's work, bodies of work. It's being prepared. You know what I mean? That soon as we catch fire, we're being able to have something to connect to the next project to keep the music going. I'll never forget when Master P was doing this thing. It was like, bro, Master P felt like it's No Limit got an album coming out every week. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, bruh. I mean, the music was there when he was hot. He was, you know what I mean? He was striking. He was pushing albums out. You know?
And people were buying it.
Yeah, people were buying
X buying them
it.
every
Yeah,
time he came out.
it was buying it.
Queen album, Cain and Abel,
There you go.
Shaka,
Silk the
all of them.
Shocker, See Murder. I mean, yeah, I mean, it was, yeah, mystical.
Yeah,
Yeah, like, what in the,
Mr.
yeah, I was just like, what in the world? And the body of work was, hey, it was doing what it needed to do. It was some fire tracks out there, you know what I mean? And I'll be looking like, oh, yo, when they gonna come together and all make a track together? And that's the one I was looking at. Who gonna feature who on this one? And man, they put out a blueprint it was undeniable at the time. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, I can see that comparison right there.
But
Looking
yo,
at that.
I won't forget though, I was actually deployed. But prior to being deployed, you sent me a text. And I'm like, oh shoot, what Zay got going on? And you sent me the picture of the studio. And the joint was rotating around the studio. And I was like, oh, Zay still in the studio? And I got happy as shit, bro. I was like, oh, my boy's still in Jayville. I'm getting ready to make a trip down there. I'm getting ready to get ordered. You know what I mean? I'm about to ride back down to Jayville and I'm gonna go to the studio. I'm like, yo, where you at? And then you told me you were in Georgia, boy. It broke my heart, man. I was like, oh my gosh, you're too far away. And I think I was probably getting ready to leave DC or something like that. But I was just like, damn. But then, you know what I mean, we reconnected a couple years later. And that's when you hit me up. And I was like, bro, I think I'm done with the rap game. And I was actually deployed when you hit me up. And that's why I couldn't hit you right back. But then that's why I wrote Mama Said That while I was deployed. But you sent me the Corona Free beat. And I let you hear the Mama Said on the joint. There you go. Mama Said. That's the video. Official video just got released Friday, so make sure y'all check that out too. The implant. But yeah, so he hit me up, dropped the beats to me, and that's when I wrote the Corona Free. And I'm like, bro, it is a pandemic going on right now. We got nothing but time on our hands. Hell, work. I was only working about 40 hours a week, you know what I mean, in a 2-week period, and the rest of the week I had off. So, you know what I mean, we ran through something heavy during that time frame. But we were still doing what we needed to do, but we had all this free time. So it's like, I'm gonna get the band back together, bro. let me call Jetta. Let me talk to Moves. Let's, you know what I mean? Let's see what's going on. I got Zay now. Zay sending me beats. Zay got a studio. Like, hey, let's do this. Let's work. And I remember when I sent you that Corona Free, it was like, yo, this gonna be the first single. And we did our thing. For y'all don't know, you know what I mean? We got with Distro Kid, you know what I mean? Got our little song Trust Up, you know, BMI, started doing all that, and then started pushing our music out. And sure enough, Corona Free was that first single. Zay made that beat. Zay was on top of that. And I loved it. You go listen to the bars that, you know what I mean, that's smoking in there. Like, yo, Zay say, we split the pies. Both of us Corona Free. You know what I mean? So we go split them 50-50. And it's been like that ever since. And it's going to continue to be like that. That's my dude, man. I rock with you, brother.
Same. Much love to you, bro. So, release the Kraken. So on this EP, who's the producers on the EP, and the some of the other credits is on this album.
All right. So you got Squid Games. That was produced by Beats by Wugga, Ireland producer. That's our guy, El Jefe. El Jefe is the gang. You already know it. He produced Squid Games. He put that together. And what's the second track we got up there? Repeat.
Release the Kraken is
Re-
his too.
yep. Repeat. Repeat is actually his. You know, eat, sleep, trap, repeat. That's Wugga again. Then Release the Kraken was originally J Beats. You know what I mean? My guy J Beats. So shout out to J Beats on that. I got Wugga to go back and refine it because J Beats had a little inconsistency in the beat itself. And I didn't have time for him to go back and fix it. And it was something that he couldn't fix due to his equipment. So I got Wugga to go back and remake it and add some more stuff to it. So Wugga went back and did the remix to it. And that's actually the remix on Release the Kraken. Uh, then you got I Don't Care, another one of El Jefe producers, Mo. You know what I mean? Shout out to Mo for putting that one together. Um, and then obviously, Zay put the body of work together. He, you know what I mean? He mad scientist. Let's cook this up. Let's add this here. Hey, how does this sound? Let's turn this here up. He did my intro for me. You know what I mean? Snatching my bars from the little sneak bars that I throw in the songs to let y'all know the Kraken is coming. He put those together, and then the final mix for the mixtape preview of Along Came the Kraken. That's Zay too. Zay put a lot of that work together too. So a couple of extra producers here, there, what I mean, different beats, but my mixtape, I rock with a lot of different producers. So, shout outs to all of y'all on that one. Some of them unknown, what I mean, by the cipher beats that we get on, what I mean, from I think one of them tracks was with what's my man name? God, Final Eyes was one of the tracks with Final Eyes up there. Bar Stars, you know what I mean? Shout outs to Bar Stars on that. One of the tracks up there is from the Morgue. My guy AC. We did Welcome to the Morgue Part 2. That's going to be on the Long Came the Kraken. I got a couple of bars from that. Um, God, dude gonna kill me when he see this interview because I'm having a brain fart right now with pointing out his name. Um, Tally, Big Taliban. You know what I mean? He is on one of those tracks with me. So as you hear the mix of Along Came the Kraken, there's a song that goes with these, man. And I got brothers up there that could totally spit. So shout out to Big Tally. Shout out to um, Bar Stars, Final Eyes. Oh man, shout out to the Morgue. The Morgue was a tough collaboration team right there. B Raps, Move the Crowd. Um, Goodness gracious, who else? AC. You know what I mean? He was a mad scientist on the Morgue. Myself. A couple of more folks up in there. Yana was up in the morgue for what I mean, doing her thing up in there. Um, yeah, Jetta was up in the morgue, what I mean, doing our thing. So, that's another track that I hope at some point comes together and we get our thing together so they can hear that body of work. Cause a lot of talented artists in there, man. Um,
So awesome. Um, I know that somewhere later on in the interview you'll probably think of some other people that you need to shout out that were a part of some of the bodies of work that you put out and on this album as well. But while we're talking about the album, where can the listeners find Release the Kraken? It was released on May 5th.
so, hey, release the Kraken along with the premiere of Mama said the official video. Mama said you can find that on Bandcamp. For the Bandcamp, it's gonna be Heaven El Jefe at bandcamp.com. That's where we can find all our work up there, man. We got all our work up there. So, you know what I mean? Not just my work, my single work, but we also got our El Jefe work up there too. You know,
And that's elhefeentertainment.bandcamp.com. And the same thing for Heaven's album, heavenelhefe.bandcamp.com. You don't even have to type the www, just type heavenelhefe.bandcamp.com. And that's where you'll be able to find the album. And the results that we're receiving back from this album is saying that the album is pretty good, which we already knew that anyway, not to be conceited, but people saying the album sound really good and they love it and they like the bars. So if you hadn't got the album yet, I would suggest you go out and check the album out and give the brother a chance. You won't be disappointed in what you're hearing when you see this body of work that we put together. So it made my job easy, real easy, being that the work is concise, it's well thought out. You know, it's intelligent music, it's smart music, it's something that you can take away from the music. It's not just noise as people would think. Um, so yeah, I think that you would do yourself a disjustice if you injustice if you didn't subscribe to listening to Hev's music and just released the Kraken EP. So now I got something that I never did before that I want to do. I want to play a game with you. I know you to be a lyricist, and I know you to be intelligent, and you know of artists that are lyricists such as yourself, and I want to put you to the test. Now I know you said a couple a couple conversations ago. You said, "Man, my uh, my memory ain't that great no more." But I'm gonna put it to the test to see how
uh,
great your memory is
let's do it.
today. So check it out. If you answer the question wrong, you will hear this sound. And so if you get the answer right, then you'll hear this sound. And for every answer that you get correct, I'm gonna donate $1 for every answer that you get correct. And if I know you like I think I know you may collect enough dollars for me to give a Release the Kraken album out to one special lucky guest that listened to the podcast.
Nice.
So without further ado, let's get it cracking, as you say.
Let's get it cracking, baby.
So I'm gonna read the verse to you,
Mm.
and you're gonna have to tell me who, what artist those lyrics belong to. All right, first one. Now we're gonna start out easy, just to get your brain going. So first lyric: I don't chase them, I replace them, and if I'm caressing them, I'm undressing them.
Oh man. Oh man.
I don't chase them, I replace them, and if I'm caressing them, I'm undressing.
I tell you what, we in trouble. Whoever was supposed to be getting a free album. Woo. Uh, that sounds like some poetry, man. I think that sounds like Zay Smooth, man. I don't know who that is, bro. I'm gonna go with Zay Smooth as a safe answer. That was not easy.
That was Notorious Big.
Oh no. What song was
I
that?
don't. Yeah, I think that was One More Chance.
No, that won't in one more chance.
I don't chase them. I replace them. If I'm caressing them, I'm undressing them.
No, that won't one more chance.
Well, I know it's Notorious Big.
Okay,
You know.
I'll take you on that. We gonna talk about that one later.
All right. Here's number two. Another easy one. Sunny days wouldn't be so special if it wasn't for rain. Joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain.
Oh man, is that joy and pain?
These gonna be all rap. These gonna be
All
all rap.
rappers?
All rap lyricists.
God, man, why you pick me to start this new trend, bro? Because I'm messing it up for the lyricists right now.
Sunny days wouldn't be so special if it wasn't for rain. Joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain.
Tupac.
Almost 50 Cent.
What song was that? I think you want me to fail on this one.
Oh, shit. All right, so we're gonna go to the next one. We'll talk about what the name of the songs is after the
All
part.
right, sound like a plan.
All right, next one. Okay, I know you're gonna get this one. I am a sinner who's probably gonna sin again. Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me. Things I don't understand. Sometimes I need to be alone. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe.
Oh my God. Ah, hey, rap it in real time, man, on what it really sound like, man, because I can't hear. I'm hearing you now.
Okay, so see how hard it is to like somebody tell you
Well,
the lyrics and then you're like,
yeah, if you don't got a beat to it, it's like, huh?
well, that actually part of the song is him singing. He says, "I'm a sinner who's probably gonna sin again. Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me. Things I don't understand. Sometimes I need to be alone. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe."
Bro,
That's Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick
Bitch,
Lamar. Okay, yeah, yep,
don't kill my vibe.
bro, you
All right,
wrote that joke.
now we're gonna get hard.
That was, bro, that wasn't hard. That was the easy round.
That
Oh
was
my
easy.
God.
Now we're gonna get hard. Okay, okay. Uh, no slacking, no begging, no asking, no fasting. No disrespect to Islam, nor imam or pastor. No answers to questions the media's asking. While we fight each other in public in front of these arrogant fascists. They love it, putting old niggas versus the youngest. Most of our elders failed us. How could they judge us? Niggas. These verbal books published by niggas, produced by niggas, genuine niggas, so I salute my niggas. Not mad cause Eminem said nigga, cause he my nigga. Wigger, cracker, friend. We all black within, okay? We all African, okay? Some Africans don't like us no way. A killing happened in Johannesburg yesterday. Slain artist named Lucky Dube hijacked. Some say NAACP keep us sidetracked, but I don't buy that. I buy Aston Martins. No slacking, no begging, no asking, no fasting. No disrespect to Islam nor imam or pastor.
I don't think I ever heard this song before in my life. Is it J. Cole?
That's Nas.
Nah, I never heard that song. In my life.
So I'm okay. So we're gonna go one more.
Man,
One more. Let's
we're
see.
gonna have to cut this whole piece out of the live interview. We got to, you know what I mean?
Uh,
How about speaker? What he said, sneaker Uzi on the island in my army jacket lining. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You gotta give me some. Oh man, bruh. Hit the
trying to
earth like a comet. You know what I mean? Oh
all right.
man.
This the last one. Let's see. Though I'm broken-hearted, women done left me hopeless in darkness, smoking, drifting in sickness. Stand by oceans, watch the sun glisten. I'm soul searching, I'm soul hurting. What happens when money don't make you happy? I wish this on no person. Ate at the classy places, made all my fashion statements. I got no friends. I'm lonely, don't want no pity, save it. I'm crying gangster tears. Only a few can feel my pain. I'm crying gangster tears.
I'm gonna be the first dude to go 0 for 20. Feel like Ray Allen back before he left the Boston Celtics, bruh. Um, I feel like you keep picking artists that I like, so I got to guess with somebody that I'd probably name. So I've never heard Jay-Z say anything about crying.
And he says, "I'm crying gangster tears."
Man, J. Cole, man, I'm
J. Cole, is that your final answer?
that's my final answer, man. I don't know who cried.
That is Gangster Tears by Nas.
Oh, man, Nas,
It's
I got some homework to do, bro.
it's hard to remember those artists' freaking lyrics without listening to the beat in the song.
Oh,
It's real
man.
hard to remember those. Okay, so guess what? Because Heaven was such a great competitor in tonight's game, we're still gonna give some lucky guess a a free album to the Release the Kraken album donated by the Grind 329 podcast. So
Let me know who that is, man. We're gonna add in a El Jefe hat too. So shout out to whoever that is, man. Let's do that. You know, just don't remember
who else
how I don't remember how well I did.
being a good competitor on the game? Hey, listen, I don't think there's been one guest that's been on the podcast that has answered every question right. So join the club of getting beat by the Grind 329 podcast
Mm.
game. But that's the first one we did with lyrics. So all right. So back to Release the Kraken, right? Why do you think in your words, why do you think the people should hear this album?
Like I said, man, release the Kraken, bro. This is my opportunity to give you guys the alter ego, the Kraken. You know what I mean? The guy that likes to, you know what I mean, the rap to the beat, to do the little club song. Heck, if I could create a dance, I'd create a dance to these joints and do it for you. This is my body of work where I don't feel like I am forced to meet a specific lyrical standard, even though I still give you the lyrics in there. But I am trying different things, different patterns, different cadences. Um, if you want to hear me come to the point where it's man, he's releasing, he's coming into, you know what I mean, his self of, he's finally getting to be that artist that's full rounded. This is the opportunity for you to check it out. I got other tracks out there, got other CDs, mixtapes out there, and you'll hear it. You can see the growth and release the Kraken. And hey, this is a Hey, I made a mention in one of the songs before where it was like, hey, bro told me put the Kraken in the cage, and it's like, nah, now this is cracking time right now. It's time for me to give y'all exactly what I'm trying to make y'all feel, see the different sides of a lyricist. Uh, and at the end of the day, this is what it comes out to be, the Kraken with all those tentacles giving you all different styles and lyrics, punchlines, everything, man. So I'm adding all those bodies of work into one mythical being, man, the Kraken. And that's what I give y'all, man. Not to mention, when I take the head off, take the braids out, man, it's like, bro, I'm just letting it flow. That's what it's going to be. And that's what the Kraken is, man. So, check that out.
Do you got that many braids?
Do I got that many braids? Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't got it. I mean, you gotta check them out, man. The Kraken is in there.
There's always a method to the madness, man. I tell you. So social media, where can we find you on social media?
I'm on IG, man. You can find me on Instagram. You know, what is that? I'm up there, Heaven underscore El Jefe. Um,
Mhm.
without the J, because we had to spell our El Jefe the a different way when we came out and trademarked our LLC. So I'm Heaven El Jefe without the J on Instagram. Heaven underscore El Jefe without the J. Um, then you can find me on Bandcamp. That's where I put a lot of my work at. You can find me on Spotify. Search Heaven up there. Um, you can find the tracks. Mama said Corona Free on Spotify. Got a bunch of different views. Ice Cube song with me, myself, AC Wordplay. We up there, and then obviously you can find El Jefe on Spotify too. I'm up there with the group, with the brethren, Jetta and Move the Crowd. So King Jetta, Move the Crowd. So And then, oh man, the mix, we everywhere up in there with the mixtape also. So we got a bunch of bodies of work, man. You know, but that's where we live at on social media.
Yes, sir. And also the producers out there, El Jefe producers. We got myself along with Mo and Weather. So yeah, follow all those brothers on IG, Facebook, Twitter. We everywhere. Bandcamp. So tonight I'm gonna do something else special. Tonight we're gonna preview for y'all the audience, and it's gonna only be for the audience that's out there watching us on video. We spoke earlier about Mama Said. So tonight we're gonna give
What
you
do
a
I do,
partial version
man?
of Mama Said right here on the Grind
Got a lot on my
329
plate. Gotta get this right.
Let's get it. Mama said every day's
Mama
like this.
said every day's like this, and she was right.
So on this EP, we made sure that we dropped our world premiere, first time ever. Mama said video. This is the first video I ever shot with producer ASAP with the Cannon. ASAP with the Cannon, baby. Yep. So this was an opportunity for us to get down and show the visual of what the Mama said idea and thought process was. Good thing about that is ASAP was a G on this one, man, professional. I wrote the script for the entire video. He let me do some directing up in there, and he let my ideas fly. Initially we were going to do run and gun video style. You know what I mean? At least that's what he thought he was in for when he was working with me. But you know, type of dude I am. We hooked up. I was like, bro, I don't just want to shoot the video. Come down. You can come down to my area. We're gonna break some bread, talk about what we need to do, and you know what I mean, and set this thing up as professional as we possibly can on my, you know what I mean, and give them my ideas of what I thought the idea of Mama said and what I wanted the video to be. Like a lot of folks in this day and age, they like doing a video with 1,000 people behind them and jumping up and down. Now, that's not what I wanted for my first video. And I said if I ever shot any video, the first one ever would be Mama Said. So if this was my last one, I wanted to make sure that I get my Mama Said done. So obviously you see the shirts, you see what we rocking right now. The Mama Said fitted. You know what I mean? But ASAP with the Cannon came down, shot that. Um, I had my boy Sam up in there. Shots to him. He was my ride or die through the whole video. We had the youngins in there, Deja, Justin. They came in. They played young Ro, young me, young Hev. Um, and then we had Rose that came in and played the mama scene, which is a powerful scene. It's one of the toughest scenes in the video. So, really, really proud, really happy with how it all worked out, how it all came together. Hell, ASAP with the Cannon even had a little cameo in the end where you see us on the couches watching Belly. You know what I mean? He's sitting over there in the corner. So, thought process of the video. What you got, Zay? Because I'll keep going and going. I'll talk. You know what I mean? Through the whole thing.
incredible video, and I can't wait for everybody to see it. So yeah. And so, what's is there any last words you want to give out to the audience before we get up out of here?
So just like we talked about earlier, where you were like, "Oh, Hev had a whole game plan with the Squid Games and release the Kraken and retreat and yo, it's ongoing. It's always thoughts, man. They always say, "Hey, you want to give somebody their flowers now." That's our generation right there. You want to give them to them while they're alive. So check this out, y'all. My brother Zay, show you how the mind works. Yo, I don't know if y'all know it's a talented brother that just got drafted by the Baltimore Ravens. Zay Flowers, another dude that played in Boston College but represented Florida. Like my boy Zay Smooth here, man. So I'm gonna make sure he get his flowers tonight. Check this out. What I got for you, my guy. Zay Flowers, college jersey, autograph sign. Check it out. That's how I'm gonna give my boy Zay his flowers. So make sure you know what I mean. Either throw this up in the studio, wear it, rock it, do whatever you do. You know what I mean. Make sure I got that for you, and I make sure I got you the good old Florida State hat to represent the town, and then obviously the BC joint. You know what I mean, to go with the jersey. So all day long. So hey, my brother, you deserve these flowers, man. This is for you. Hey, everybody don't know. Yo, this man worked super hard, bro. He's been a part of every release that I've put out so far. So, hey, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, brother. There are times where I call this man and I'm like, man, I know he's like, oh, here go Hev again. But he always on it, and we go back and forth with, hey, man, this is what it looks like. And just to be specific, album covers, uh, promo videos. Zay's editing, creating these things, man, putting in work. So, hey, Zay, from the top and bottom of my heart, bro, I want to thank you and I appreciate it. And just like you said, you don't sit there without me helping you get there. I'm not here without you helping me, And we've been rocking like that since our Marine Corps days. We can continue to keep rocking like that. El Jefe is the gang.
All day, all day. And with that being said, we are out of here.
Mama said, go get the shirts, man. The merch is on Bandcamp. Heaven El Jefe. Bandcamp.com.
Before that beat go off, I want to say that beat right there for the podcast was produced by Beats by Weather. El Jefe in the game.
I might have to get on that beat.
And I stole that beat too, so no rappers is getting this beat.
Yeah.
I didn't steal it. I asked for it. Yeah. Y'all rappers can't rap on this one.
That's fire though.
Unless you pay that fee. You want to buy it exclusive, you can get it then.
There you go.
But you're gonna have to pay double exclusive because I got it. We out of here. Hey, Hjefe, thanks again, man, for being on the podcast. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. And we're gonna top it up. We're gonna go live on IG in a little bit. So y'all go to the IG, Heaven El Jefe. That's El Jefe spelled the regular way on IG. You can find me, Beats by Lonze, everywhere. Just put it in Safari and in Google. You'll see me. I'm everywhere. Beats by Lonze. So we out of here. Peace out.
Peace out. Mama said there'd be days like this. She was right. Appreciate it, Zay.